Hi, my friends. Welcome back to Calamity Crafty Home. I am Jacqueline, and today we are going to make homemade laundry soap. I have been using my homemade laundry soap for a really long time. Once I made the first batch, I was sold on it. It's also inexpensive to make, considering the prices nowadays of our powdered or our laundry soaps, and the unhealthiness, the chemicals, and the bad things that are in some of our soaps. So that is why I started to make laundry soap. So I'm going to show you the recipe today so you can copy it. We're going to make a batch, and I'm going to show you some gift ideas too. Why I'm holding up this little card is that I am a card maker. Some of you, if you've known me for a while and followed my channel, you know that I'm a pen pal to many. So I make a lot of greeting cards and write a lot of letters. And I often do a theme. And so I believe it was last year, I sent out my laundry soap recipe, and then I made cards. And this is one that's left over. So my pen pal got a sweet note from me with an enclosure of the laundry soap recipe. And if you want to do that, if you're a writer or you just want to send it to your loved one, please share. So my memories, I'm going to put this down for a moment. My memories are wonderful of doing laundry. I don't see it actually as a chore. I see it as a pleasure. Look at my cup. Don't speak yet. And here I am speaking. I see it as a complete pleasure. For years, I did laundry for a friend in her home. She had a very large home with a very large family, and I was responsible for doing all of her laundry. And to this day, she's actually using this recipe still. But my early memories of doing laundry came from the 1960s when I grew up, and I had a mother that had an old-fashioned wringer wash machine, and we had a clothesline. And we're going to be talking a little bit about that as I make the recipe today. So let me go first of all, foremost, and show you what you need. And so, yeah, good cup of coffee helps. And a mask helps. It's, your preference. I advise to use it, and the reason is today we're making our soap in this big bucket, my Coca-Cola bucket, but when you're pouring the different ingredients in, all that powder is coming up and you're breathing it. So it's a good idea while you're doing that, not so much mixing it, but also if you want to, just the pouring in of the different recipe ingredients, that powder is going to come up at you. So it's a good idea. I learned that the hard way, actually. Had a few coughing fits because of it. So today there's really only 4 ingredients to our soap. And what we're going to use, I'll show you the actual recipe here so you can copy it down. Laundry soap, it's a box of borax, which is this right here. I've already opened this one. Let me get it. Okay. And the recipe calls for 4 pounds, or this one actually calls for 76 ounces, but I just buy it in the 4 pounds, which is what, 62 ounces or something. It's a little bit less. You can buy a larger box of this if you can find it. I bought my supplies at Winco. That's usually where I do find it, but you can just pick it up on sale here and there. So anyway, you need borax, and you need at least a 4 pound box or more. And then you need the box of, they say, super washing soda. Well, until I made soap, I never realized there was such a thing, to be honest with you. And this is a laundry booster. It looks like this. It's made by Arm & Hammer. The super washing soda, and it says this is good for laundry, your bathroom, your kitchen. It also works on silver, and even there's recipes for upholstery. So this is what it looks like. It's a deodorizer, And I got mine, like I said, at Winco. So we need a box of that also. And then the next box is Arm & Hammer. They do things right. They've been around for a long time. We have pure baking soda. So you're going to get a box of that, the large box. It's always cheaper, of course, to get the larger box than to get the small ones. So those are our 3 powder ingredients. And then here it says that you can use 3 bars of Zote or Castile soap. And I've always used the Zote, but I do use Castile soap too. My next video, by the way, is going to be how to make hand soap for your sinks. And I'm using Castile soap in that too. So what we have here is a product called Zote. And Zote comes in 2 colors. It comes in the pink, and it also comes in white. So of course the pink has some dye in it. The reason I occasionally use the pink is because nothing else more than ambience, and I just love pink. Is my favorite color, even though it has a dye in it. But if you're trying to be very healthy, very, you know, more organic, you want to use the white one. It's the same cost. Pick it up at Winco too. Although, as you know, on this channel, I thrift everything, and I happen to find a couple of the small bars. This one is, what is it? 14 ounces, and these are 7 ounces each, so you can get them in small ones. I've never seen them in small ones, but I found 2 small ones for $1.99 at Goodwill. So I've never seen them at stores in the 7 ounce, but they obviously make them. So the other thing you need is a box knife or scissors or something to get your boxes open. You need a grater. I would suggest a cheese grater that's devoted to this, although it doesn't really matter. You could use your plain one, throw it in the dishwasher if you want to, the same one you use for cheese, because all you're doing is working with soap. But I do have a separate one. Your Zote bar looks like this. I've already started to grate on it today. The process of this, the most time taker, I guess, is what I want to say, is of course grating your soap. And then what else do we have? Then you have some sort of a bucket and a wooden spoon or something to stir with. Okay, and this spoon I devote just to this. But anyway, you get a bucket. I just happen to like this old Coca-Cola tin bucket that I have. Now, I have already, just for the sake of the video going a little faster, I've already poured in my whole box of borax. I've already done that. And you can see I have started to grate the soap. Can you see that? I'll get it a little bit closer. And there you have it. When I mix this, obviously you're going to mix it all up at once anyway, but let me stand up here because it's a little easier. Make sure I'm in view here. Yeah, I am. So I do it kind of in layers sometimes and sometimes not. But anyway, those chunks of your powder, whatever it is that you're putting in there, I use that wooden spoon to kind of break them up. You could wear gloves if you want to. That's also a good idea. And you could just get your hands in there and break up those little pieces. But to be honest with you, by the time you mix it all up, they've usually pretty much broken down. You can use the Zote to actually help them be broke down, just the friction of the soap. So anyway, we just have that one ingredient in there right now. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in the laundry booster. And if you're not wearing your mask, just pour slow. Just put the whole thing in. Easy as that. The whole recipe hardly takes more than a little bit. Like I said, it's mainly just the grating of the Zote soap. That's what takes a little while, and it does take a little while. And I'm not going to make you wait today until if I can get this thing open. I'm not going to make you wait today while I'm doing all the Zote. But we'll do a good portion of it so you can see. So here's your baking soda going in. Now, this recipe is it cost me about $20 to make this. Even with the cost of, the inflation that we're in the middle of. It used to cost me about, maybe 2 years ago, about $14 to make. And now it's much more just because of inflation. But I'm going to go ahead and mix this up, those white ingredients. And I am going to put my mask on because in the middle of this, I can, excuse me for a second, sorry. I can smell the soap coming up. Now, that won't matter once you get your whole recipe done, but and it's in a jar or whatever container you're putting it in. But for now, I'm going to mix it up. And then what you do is you just get your zote and you just go to it. Can you see what I'm doing there? Yes, I want to just make sure I'm in frame. I always find it a challenge. I've done, I don't know, maybe 50 videos. And I get talking and I get going and I think to myself, gosh, am I even in frame where people can see? I've had, look at my first few videos. I mean, I certainly hadn't, you know, got it perfected from the very beginning, but hey, and I still don't. I took a small break from YouTube because I did a little bit of traveling and kind of regrouping in my life. And right now I do teach crafts, not only on YouTube, but in my home. I think I've mentioned before, if you've been watching my channel, that I have a whole craft group of 12 ladies that meet monthly. And we have just decided, instead of doing a lot of home decor, such as wreaths for our doors or, you know, some sort of decor for the home, that we would start making sustainable crafts. And it really just coincides with where I am in life. I wanted to have like a real purpose to what I was doing and know what my why was to making things, because I mean, let's just face it, you know, life costs money and I don't have a lot of it. And so I'd been making soaps. I also do spice blends. I'm going to have a whole video coming on that pretty soon, maybe in, I don't know, next few weeks. And because I like to make things from scratch, it just makes more sense to me. I thought to myself, I wonder if there would be people on YouTube that would enjoy that. So like I said, just grate down your soap. And I would just say, do not worry about it being cold in the refrigerator. In fact, room temperature is better for it. So after I'm done with my video, I'll continue doing that. But I just wanted to show you what you're looking at here. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? It also smells nice. It's lovely. Can you imagine this in a jar? And it cleans really, really well. So excuse me again while I just mix this in. I'm going behind my mask, so I'm probably a little muffled. But anyway, you make up this batch, and you're going to be surprised at how much we actually need per wash. I mean, test the whole recipe. You will find that it works just fine. It is safe for septic tanks, and I happen to be on one and nothing's happened so far. Everything's good. I do use warm water, but you can use cold water too. Warm water is best to dissolve that soap though, but you could do a cold water too if you want. Okay, so we mix it up, and I have enough mix just to show you what I want to do with that. So it looks similar to that. Mixed up. That's it. And then I just wanted to give you some ideas of what I do with it. So all it takes is 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, I use large ones, 3, okay? 3 tablespoons, that's what it takes. That's your laundry soap. When I start my water, I actually add it right then. I don't add it like I add it before I put my clothes in, not after my clothes are in, because I want it to dissolve very nice. So that's all you need, 3 tablespoons, and you have a batch. And the other thing I wanted to share with you today is just some ideas. And I'm all about gift giving. If you are interested, I'm going to hold that up so if you've just joined me, you can look at that recipe. Hopefully you can see it. I'm big on gift giving. I make all my own gifts and I have a gift closet. And if you want to see that video, go back, about maybe, I don't know, it must be about 20 videos back, and you'll see how I did my gift closet. And this is one of the things you can do to give a gift. And so I have a couple of ideas for you. First of all, I made a bag, a gift bag. This is a Mary Engelbreit. It was cut from a book. And if you can see down there, I have fabric rings. I've added buttons. Isn't it so darn cute? And then for the tag, I cut out something from an old book and just wrote to and from on there. So you have a bag, stick some tissue in it or some Excelsior or something. And then you can have the opportunity to give your friend a jar of soap. I also made this tag so you can just write on there, and you don't even need the bag, right? The gift alone. I also made the top of this lid by just circling it with twine and put a little charm on there that says love, a wooden charm. And so all I do is, let's see, and then I just fill my jar, and then I give the person the recipe too, so she can make it. Let me just fill this up here and just show you how wonderful it is. Just really, really charming. And I have given this many times. And I'm not sure if I have other people making the recipe or not, to be honest with you, but I do know that they have used it and come back with really good reports. So why not? I mean, it works for me, it will work for them. Anyway, fill up your jar. I don't have that quite totally full. Here we go. Put on your little lid. Mix it up a little bit. And let's see if we can get it looking pretty. I shake, shake, shake until it looks really pretty. My pink is kind of sticking together there, but there it is. And then you can put a cute little recipe card with it. What a nice gift. And here's a couple of other ideas too. You could do a decorated jar like I did. I put these little ducks on here. This is actually left over from my gift closet. I made several of these and they have clothespins in them. If you have a crafter, you could do a jar and stick like fabric in it for her. I saw these for fall. Aren't these cute? With the sunflower. Wouldn't that just be lovely? You could put some twine around that and your tag maybe on the side for gift giving. But you can use any jar, really, to be honest with you, decorated or not. Sometimes like people like the aesthetic of just, plain. You could put one of those black chalk stickers on it and write. You could actually put the recipe right on there. If you could write small enough on there, get a white pen, or even this small. And sometimes I just give the small jar. And the reason is because you never know if your person is actually going to use it or even like it. So you don't want to be wasteful. You're giving them the recipe so they can, of course, make their own if they want to. So that's it for this video. Go and make some soap. Enjoy it. Enjoy the process of those clean clothes. Again, I'm Jacqueline. If you like what you see and you want to come back to me, please hit subscribe. And if you hit the little bell thing, you'll get my notifications so you know when I'm on. The next video I'm doing will be, it's not so much a sustainable craft. It's actually, although it is using items from the earth, we're going to make some twig furniture for fairy furniture. If you have children or grandchildren or just for yourself, you might really like that video. So thanks for being here and have a great day.